Greetings, golf club golfers. Take a look at the new course I'm still working on, but everything's pretty much in place. Still got some housekeeping to do. The Rutgers University Golf Course. As you saw, we were at the parking lot and crossed Hose Lane. You can look it up on Google Maps. And there's the clubhouse. Go in there, pay your greens fees, and head on out to the first tee. Put a shed there that's going to have to suffice as a starter shed. So here we are on the first hole, heading down. I tried to make the lighting resemble what I used to encounter when I played with my regular foursome. We'd be out there on a Sunday morning, 6 o'clock or so a.m. The sun was coming up and facing east off the first hole. It was right in our eyes. We're going over to the second hole. Par 4, at the end here, would dip down into this creek. You have to cross a little bridge and come on up and head to the green. This is a drone's eye view. Used to play this course more often than not. It was barely 15 minutes from my home and close enough to the rest of my group. So we got a lot of play on this course. It was always in good shape too. They really took care of it. It's not a crazy course. It's not terribly difficult. It's not long at all. Bunkers here and there, not overly bunkered. Strange, this course right now is the red tees are the back tees, and if you're familiar with Rutgers University, all their sports teams are called the Scarlet Knights, so they put the back tees, made them red. When I used to play here a long time ago, I recall there was three tees. You had your reds up front, which were the kids or the ladies' tees as it went. Our group would play from the whites, though we were barely qualified for that. And then further back were the blues. I don't recall any more tees on here. But now it's different. The red tees are the back tees. Then you have black tees, white tees, and then green tees. So I put all the tees in. Yardages are correct to the scorecard that you can look up online. It was well wooded. Mostly flat, not too crazy with the elevation. There were some downhill tee shots and some uphill greens in the par 3s, and I've duplicated them as well as I can. Here's hole 7, a par 5. This one here used to kill him. Well, it killed me every time. Oftentimes, at the tee, I just put a 10 on my scorecard and hope for better. It's a bit of a dog leg, and it's a bit of a long hole. For a novice amateur, it's definitely a long hole. And you come in and over the creek into the green. And you go to this par 3, 8th hole. 8th hole, it's a downhill hole. Never managed to pick the right club here. Of course, I wasn't that good. I've been as faithful to the layout and the design and the yardages as I can possibly make it. I'm only limited by my skills and the available tools. There are people out there making courses that are just knock your socks off. Beautiful, even if they're fictitious. I know some guys that are doing authentic recreations, and my God, they look beautiful and true to life. So come off the 9th green, head to the clubhouse for a minute, grab a beverage or a snack, hit the convenience maybe, take care of that, and then head on out to the 10th tee. Sunday mornings, this was a 4-hour round. We'd be teeing off by 6:15, depending on if we were the first, second, or third tee off. And you'd be done on a hot summer day by 10:30 in the morning with your 4-hour round, and before the nasty heat took over. 10th tee here goes. You got to cross the creek to an elevated green. And I head on out to the 11th par 3, which was also a carry over the creek, also to an elevated green again. And you'd walk on over to the 12th tee, which was another par 5 long hole. We never played them from this far back, let me tell you. And this is not a long course. But as I say, they maintained it well. They took care of it. It was always pleasant to play here. But you'd get it down here. You'd have to cross the creek again. I still got to work on this creek here. I know I'm just not happy with it. The cliffs on this creek were not that pronounced. I got to work on this some more. I'm not done with this, but I got all the basics in place. On out to the 13th hole. Greens were on the large size here. If I get some plays on this, I have a lot of options to set up different iterations with different flags, different tees. I could make a solid tournament out of this course with 4 different setups if I wanted to. Out to 14, another par 3, pretty much on the straight and narrow. The drone hiccuped a little bit there. It must be the pilot. Again, I got the yardages all match the scorecards that you can look up online, all 4 of them. Painstakingly so. Pin placements I've left in the middle. Not too much slope on these greens at all. Which was kind of the way it was. This is not a U.S. Open course or a championship course. They might have some collegiate championships here of some sort, but mostly it was open to the public, and guys like me, working 5-6 days a week could go out for their Sunday rounds and not get totally killed. Little downhill dip in the second third of this fairway. So if you hit it straight out there, you pick up a little extra yardage. Here's 17, the par 3. Tee it up over the creek. Into this green. When you're done, you swing around over here to the left. Tee number 18. Which was a carry over the big pond. Lost a lot of balls in that pond, let me tell you. But if you cleared it and you had some bunker trouble, if you really hit a good one there, you lined up in the bunker. It's just about in driver range for the novices. And then you get to the 18th green, putt out, walk on over to the clubhouse, sit down. Whoever did the worst that day bought the Cokes, and if I had a nickel for every Coke I had to buy, I'd have a lot of nickels. So there you have it. That's my Rutgers Golf Course.